It's Blair with the Badass Records podcast, welcoming you in for another episode, and I am elated to share with you that this week's guest is Ben Parks, visual artist and musician. You can find Ben at Branches of Tree on Instagram for his visual arts page, and _tree for the musician page there on the gram. His website is benjaminparks.info. That's sort of the artist portion of the site. And the musician part is benjaminparks.info/of_tree. He's got an album release show. It's a dual album release show with his buddy Danny McGaw, Friday, September 11th at 8 o'clock at 1413 West 11th Street in the West Bottoms here in Kansas City. Of Tree has a single, an EP, and a full-length release on the streaming platforms. So check out Of Tree, check out Ben's website, and hit up the album release party down in the West Bottoms if you can. I think tickets are like $12. Friday, September 11th at 8 o'clock. Episodes of the podcast here air Thursdays more often than not. You can consume them on the website, which is badassrecordspodcast.com. You can stream or download them on your platform of choice. You can view them on YouTube, and to keep tabs on all things podcast related, the Instagram handle is at Badass Records Podcast. That's all I got for you this week. Appreciate you stopping by. Hope you enjoy the show. Say all that to say that this may be episode 221, and maybe 222. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
somewhere. Right around there.
Yeah. Markers there is the reminder to have you sign when we're done. Anyway, cool. Badass Records Podcast. Ben Parks, welcome. Very nice to meet you.
Yeah, great to meet you.
Lost in my lacking organization notes are how we connected, and I was wondering, was it Julie Bennett Hume?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I don't remember the connection though. How do you guys know each other?
She purchased a painting a few years ago.
Okay.
Actually, one of my portraits, and then,
nice.
I was producing a show at Hammer's Piano Bar on Wednesdays, and then she played.
Yeah.
That show.
Okay.
And we played together before. Just
okay.
Kind of like through the music.
Okay. Nice.
Scene.
Well, she was, she's, I don't know, she's 205 or 206. I don't know what she is, but we had a great time chatting. And,
yeah, she's great.
If and when I get recommendations, my means of notating them and saying who the person was is still a work in progress. So, but grateful anytime somebody recommends somebody, and if they show up and hang out, win-win, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So thanks for being here. At Branches of Tree on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
And then benjaminparks.info is the website.
Yep.
Couple of, the whole website is fantastic. I'll say a little bit more about that in a second, but a couple of phrases in the bio. First of all, clean copy. I'm a writing nerd, so when something looks handsome and is nicely written, that's kind of my biggest nerd itch scratch, you know?
I had some help. Not the best writer, so. I'm good at editing, not writing.
There you go. Hey, that's half the thing. I mean, sometimes more than half the thing, because you can the thing out and then you go, that's dog shit. Like, right. What are we doing?
Which is typically
trash. We're putting that
90 drafts.
But a couple of phrases touching on art, the essence of a soul. unmasked emotionally, uh, where the true nature of a person is visible, and then unguarded moments really spoke to me. You had help, but I mean, that has to come from you somewhere down there, right?
Yeah,
Like,
that's yeah. What I've been doing, well, for the last several years, working on like the technique and process for like 15 years, and then yeah, like 10 years ago is when I really started doing large scale and really focusing in on all those things, like trying to to capture a moment, but do it in like a real way, um, is the goal.
okay,
It's always been the goal. Like I did a museum show and it was all my family, and so it was like, but I wanted to like really dive in, and really any painting I do is that's the goal.
cool. Uh, Albrecht Kemper, is
Yeah,
that the one you're speaking?
yeah.
Is that the Kemper Museum here?
No, it's
Okay.
in like I believe it's same family, but it's in St. Joseph,
Oh,
Missouri.
okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I don't remember seeing Albrecht in front. I thought it was like Crosby or some other Kemper museum. So that, I mean, any form of drawing, painting gives me anxiety because I, as a very young person, was like getting sort of some unsolicited feedback, like you have, some talent, and then it's like I try to draw a face, and it was just like horrific to look at. And eventually, I learned like the grid approach, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense, but also, oh, rather it just come out naturally.
Yeah.
So just thinking about like half of an 8.5 by 11 sheet, trying to draw a face, let alone. I mean, what are the sizes of some of those canvases from that show?
Uh, right under 7 feet. So
Tall
yeah,
or
so
high?
yeah, and
And
5 foot wide. Typically, I like the 5 foot width. It's just I don't know. It's a little disconcerting. I feel like 48 inches is kind of standard, and then you take it out like another foot. I don't know. It seems a lot bigger, even though it's only a foot wider for some reason.
yeah, sure.
So
Um, I mean, the other piece to that anxiety and like the not being able to do it without sort of the grid approach is I would never feel confident not going with pencil first. You don't do that, do you?
I do
You
actually.
do.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm glad you said that because then it's like if you do that, is there a worry that it's visible, or is it always 100% covered by?
I used to cover it, but I started leaving it visible. Like if you get up close to the paintings, there's a lot of pencil work
Okay.
and like even some color pencil work
Okay.
over the top sometimes, like in the eye area, like highly detailed areas. So I
Sure.
just kind of like leave it
Okay.
without whenever the painting's done. I don't worry about covering anything up
Cool.
because it adds interest, it adds layers, and I
Yeah.
do a grid as well.
Okay. All
So
right. All right. So I'm not. I should give myself a little grace, I guess.
yeah, well, I mean, working that big, I ran into always questioning myself if it's right. And then when you're trying to really capture and be accurate, um, it's good to have measuring points.
Fair. Yeah.
And when they're like 5 foot, 6, 7 feet, it's easy to get lost. And if you're off even a little bit, like it looks completely off.
Right.
And doing that like more like grid, more of a rigid process at the beginning and getting the underpinning right, it frees you up to make
Oh,
decisions.
for sure. I can see that. How does colored pencil and paint? How do they work together? Like, does it all kind of blend and suit
Yeah,
what you're going for?
yeah, it blends really well. I typically color pencil I'm just using is like a value or a color shift very lightly, but it's not covering everything. It's just like adding texture.
Okay. Um, his name is escaping me right now, but there's a dude on TikTok. I'm sure he's elsewhere. His name's Dylan. Um, Dylan, not Graves, but he's got like the John Lennon glasses and usually wears a stocking cap and has long hair, and he does huge pieces that are, I don't know if they're ink or all pencil. But it's like the same sort of deal, like like it's remarkable because there's a lot of face stuff, or maybe it's torso up. But either way, there's incredible detail. Crow's feet and wrinkles and grays in the hair, and like hours and hours. He'll say, "Hey, this is the newest thing. It took me 4,000 hours or whatever." It's just like,
Yeah.
what? That's
It's,
wild.
yeah, super time consuming. I love that work. Just like the grayscale,
Yeah,
hyper realistic. It's amazing.
yeah. Um, your website, I mean, it's fantastic. The resume CV piece, fellowships, grants, tons of exhibits. Um, how does that happen? How do you like? How do fellowships happen? How do grants come to be? I mean, I've always viewed that as like that's a thing that's going to take a ton of research and time to make it happen. Is there truth to that?
Uh, yes and no. I mean, honestly, I'm not quite sure how it happens because you just have to just keep working, putting yourself out. You meet people, and they're like, "Hey, you should do this," and then you do it.
So you
You
never
know,
had to like huddle up in a library for 4 days and find.
I've I've done that.
Okay.
Like, you look up stuff and apply like that. Sometimes that works out too, but you
Okay.
you never know. Like, because you can spend all day
Yeah.
doing that. Like,
But you've come across things just by folks recommending,
yeah,
give this a
recommending.
shot or whatever.
Yeah, like you should try this. I think they'd be interested, and then doing it that way saves a lot of legwork.
Cool. So I mean, it looked like 2 dozen plus. Do you know how many exhibits you've had?
I don't know.
A lot.
Yeah,
It seems.
yeah. I don't think it's updated, or I don't know.
Okay. When was your first one?
Um, I think I mean, I've shown a lot, even since high school.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know, probably my first, what I felt like was a real exhibition was, I don't know, probably 20 years ago when the Kansas City Artists Coalition was in the River Market.
Okay.
Yeah, that was probably like the first one
Okay.
that I felt like, okay,
Nice.
I'm I'm showing at a legitimate place. And I mean, I kind of did before, but for some reason that one sticks out as like
Okay. Sure.
the start.
Um, I had a, I have a buddy. He's from Littleton, Colorado. He moved here to go to the Art Institute, and I had two high school buddies that went to the Art Institute, which is how we connected. I have some of his pieces upstairs, but he had an exhibit senior year, and it was at the then time DMV location, and I just remember. Even from a distance, like just the tiniest glance, it felt like a ton of work went into getting it ready.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're sort of, uh, I don't know, it's probably not true for all exhibits, but present for some of the days or chunks of the days that it runs. And then when it's done, you got to get all this shit out of there.
Yeah.
Is it overwhelming? Is it fun? Is it what? You know?
I enjoy it. I
Okay.
mean, I like openings. You know, I like having a couple drinks and talking to people,
Yeah.
having interesting conversations. So that part I enjoy. I know a lot of artists don't.
Mm.
And I also enjoy studio time, just being alone and not having to socialize. But I I always enjoy it, and I like installing. It's kind of fun to plan it out and get everything in. And typically, it's fairly easy when it's large scale paintings because they just go and they like grade themselves out basically. So it's pretty easy. My last exhibition at the Bunker a couple months ago, though, I was experimenting with some like projections over the top of painting, projection mapping, and things like that, and doing some more installation based work, and that took way longer. It took like 4 days to
The
install.
Bunker, not the store in Westport.
No, the Bunker Center of the Arts.
Oh, okay. Where's that?
It's East Crossroads.
Okay, cool.
It's a cool little spot. They have studio. TJ Templeton, he runs it. Great guy.
Okay.
And they have like 3 little galleries in there, and so it was cool to like separate out the work. One area had some big portraits, and the other stuff had like some of the installation stuff. But that was, yeah, it was like a ton of work installing it, and then it runs for a month, and then and it just flies by, and it's oh well, I'm taking it down now.
Yeah. These walls are drywall. That doesn't bother me. Hanging these 2 pieces was nothing, but everywhere else in the house is plaster. And
Yeah.
it just makes me crazy because typically the stuff that I get, done will have the 2 eyelet screws with the wire, and you mount the 2, and it's just like trying to get a nail into plaster makes me want to throw my hammer through the window. When you're doing the physical part of getting a piece up on a wall, do you run into?
There can be issues, yeah. Like most of the time, it's drywall.
Yeah.
In a gallery space, and it's easy.
Okay.
I usually just use screws and D-rings on the edge to make it more flush.
Okay.
But there are times where it's plaster or hanging systems, like the rails on top and the wires coming down.
Huh.
That can be a little challenging. It's supposed to make it easier, but I always find it like makes it more difficult.
Sure. And then when you're done, are you responsible for repairing whatever you've done to the walls, or does the place handle that?
Yeah, not typically.
Okay.
They typically repair.
That's
and,
cool. Get your stuff and get out.
Yeah. So uninstalling is like an hour at most. Like you're like, well, that was way faster.
Nice. So workshop series that includes, among other things, beer and good conversation. How often are these offered, and how long have you been doing them?
I've been doing this year was like the first time.
Oh, okay.
I did it.
Okay.
This will be the 3rd one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my studio in the West Bottoms, and so it's teaching the process.
Okay.
Like,
From scratch.
From scratch. So, like, you roll out the canvas, you cut the canvas yourself.
Wait, roll it what?
Like, it's large scale canvas work, and so
Yeah.
I always paint, especially for large scale stuff. I'll pin up a canvas raw, just to a drywall walls. I've built walls in the studios over the brick in certain areas for like instead of an easel. I prefer that over like a stretch piece because there's bounce, and I just don't like it.
Yeah.
And so it's something that a lot of artists do. And so you just get raw and finished canvas, cut it, put it on the wall, and then gesso it, prime it, and then it straightens it all out, and it's just like on the wall, like super tight.
Cool.
And then you have like a hard surface.
Wait, once it straightens it out, do you have to adjust the way that you put it up there?
Not usually.
Okay.
Not usually.
I'm picturing a roll of butcher paper for this.
It's kind of like that,
Okay,
yeah.
so-
Except for it's just canvas.
I mean, how heavy is it to start the roll, or whatever you're cutting it from?
It's not overly heavy. Canvas
Okay.
is pretty light.
Okay.
It usually, I don't know, 8 to 16 ounce material, and then it's like 72 inches wide or 60 inches wide, depending on
Okay.
like how large you want to go. So, like if you're doing a 48-inch canvas finish, you want to go 60-inch because you want the edges to wrap around, and it shrinks. And there's
Sure.
movement, so you just get it on there like as level as possible, and then you design the area.
Okay. So, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it looked like if one signs up for one of these, that all the stuff is provided.
Yeah.
I mean, so you're helping folks cut their canvas and get it up and get started.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. That's like the first day. Like you kind of go over the process, and what it's going to entail, and then cut the canvas and gesso it and put it up. It's 6 weeks, like once a week.
Once a
And
week?
usually it ends up being 2 days a week.
oh,
So I'm doing Tuesdays and Thursdays, but a lot of times people will come 1 or 2 days. So some people will come 2 days a week, just because it's kind of time consuming.
yeah,
But I wanted to teach like this is like the proper way, like from scratch, like everything.
yeah,
We'll even do a photo shoot, so they can do self-portrait, or if they want someone to come in, or I'll usually have a model available and kind of show them what to look for. 'Cause work off of photographs and like prints, break it all down. So kind of go through like what to look for, focusing on the eyes, how you want like everything. Yeah, focus in the lighting and the contrast. There's a specific way to photograph for a large scale painting, which it isn't necessarily like a great photograph, but it's a great reference.
yeah. Okay.
And that's like one of the most important parts, is to get like a real subject that's in a real moment. And it can take, it can take 200 pictures sometimes.
For one person's.
And sometimes it takes 3. It just depends.
Yeah.
Like, how comfortable are you in front of a camera?
Yeah.
How your day's gone?
Are these digital pictures and then you print one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll take the photo. I just run like a mirrorless camera with I get a really good lens and a couple lights like this, or if the sun's out, natural light is sometimes better, and then maybe supplement it if needed to get a little bit more contrast. And then usually I'll know, and then if they're doing a self-portrait, I'll ask them like, do you like this, and we can keep going. So
Sure.
So sometimes it takes a while, but yeah, just import it in, and then essentially make the composition in like Photoshop or Illustrator. I run Photoshop and Illustrator, and then so you size it out, you get the composition. It's like stepping back, so you plan it out, and then you can even break it down into value, shapes, and tones, and then put the grid on the file, so you can always print out each section. Usually do like 11 by 17 prints of
Going a section at a time.
Well, you start out doing the whole thing. So
Okay.
It's zoomed out. It's the whole painting this big, and you can reference it via the grid, because after it's gessoed, you grid it all out in 1-inch squares.
Okay.
I find it's the most effective for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And then purposefully do the whole shape, like the whole face. Like it's usually about 4 feet or 3 feet, depending on how big they want to work. And so it's kind of zooming out and purposely painting shapes like planes of light and shadow.
Huh.
So zoom it, like don't get too detailed at first.
Yeah.
And it actually creates more realism if you work in big shapes at first.
Yeah.
And it's way more accurate than.
Cool. So you arrive. Okay, this is I like this picture. This is the one I want to work with, and then you tweak it with Photoshop and Illustrator.
Well, just kind of lay it out. Like there's not much tweaking other
Okay.
than like I'll do like a black and white version, and you can even break it down in Illustrator like into different shapes to make it easier, especially when you're first trying to find values. Like it'll break it down into shapes, but it's the image. I don't really do much. Sometimes I'll do contrast adjustments because the printer or whatever, but
Yeah.
it's typically that image.
Okay. So this is you've done 2. You've completed 2. Were you nervous at all for the first one?
I was a bit nervous the first time.
Okay.
Like, I don't, it's like, I don't know. What do I have to teach or to offer?
Everything?
Like, I'm like, I don't know. Do I really know what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Type of thing. But, and you learn a lot
Yeah.
teaching. Like,
I gotta imagine this the going into one versus going into two is almost night and day, like, because you've done one now.
Yeah.
Right.
And the worry of like, well, I hope people feel like it was valuable.
Yeah.
And get something out of it. And after you see they do, and then everybody's been amazing, so it's nice to hang out, and then friendships are born within that, and it's super cool. Like
nice.
it's I don't know, I guess kind of a little community, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
But and then it's like, oh, okay, I do have some things to offer.
Yeah.
I mean, that was really the nervous part.
Yeah.
I was like, this could be totally worthless.
Well, that's that's the. I'm good right now. So I've done 2 this month. I did 3 in July and 3 in June. But I've had stretches where it's like, if I don't do one of these for 2 weeks, my anxiety rises a little because I don't want it to be shitty. I want it to be, I want people to have a good time and for the final product to be good. And so, I get that. If it's whether it's 1 or 2 days a week, how much time are folks spending in a visit?
Like 6:30 to 9.
In the evening. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like after work. Like,
okay.
I'm more of a night owl too. So
Yeah.
It works better.
Yeah. Okay. 2.5 hours is. I bet it can go by real fast.
It goes by very fast.
Yeah.
Especially like if there's like 10 or 12 people there. For me, it's like, bam.
Are you bouncing around okay. And do you find that for the most part, folks that have signed up for these first 3, like everybody jives well together, good energy in the room?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of amazing.
Nice.
Like, yeah, it's super cool.
Good. I just finished a 4-week virtual training for a new position there with the 3 trainers, and this is people all over the country. There's 113 of us in there, and I was just like, I'm not sure what city I'm going to fly to first to murder somebody, but it's happening. And it was just, every day it was the same usual suspect. Mine doesn't have the, just like, or speaking about something or asking a question that has nothing to do with what's being presented. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, that can totally happen.
And it doesn't help that I'm not, I did 20 years in the restaurant industry, mostly back of the house. So like from a young age, being accustomed to being on my feet and constantly moving and always running a little shy in the rest and the food departments, and you kind of just, so sitting down for 7 hours, it's one thing if it's in a classroom in person.
Yeah.
And there, I can stand. I can go over here and lean against the wall. I can pace. But this is cameras on and just like,
it's exhausting.
Don't go insane on camera.
Yeah.
Don't go insane. But that's good. That's the kind of energy I would love being around. So, in addition to the many interesting pieces of the site, at the bottom of Tree, or at least one place I wound up was this dual release show of Tree and Danny McGraw. Is that right?
Yeah, Danny McGaw. Yeah.
Danny McGaw. Sorry. Dual release show September 11th, 8:00 at a to be determined West Bottoms location. Is that still accurate?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's at my studio.
Oh.
Like, I've done a few shows there.
Oh.
But the person around, he just doesn't want the address like thrown out, which
Understood.
I totally understand.
Yeah.
So
this space is great for creating art on canvas, but also acoustically.
Yeah.
Sound.
Yeah.
Is that an accident, or did you mean to?
It was an accident.
Oh,
like, wow. Well, my sister's birthday, wanted to have her party there and some bands, and it worked out really well. And there's brick walls, wood, so it sounds pretty good.
Nice.
And it's a cool environment, like old school West Bottoms, tall ceilings, like, yeah, wood posts and beams and all that stuff.
I picture
cool.
I've been down there most of the time for Kemper as a young person and occasionally Restaurant Depot. But recently, the Ship and Chef Jay, who I guess is maybe moving or has already moved, but both of those locations, it's just there was a dude that had a spice company or an herb company down there some years ago. I think we even went to a wedding. Anyway, the point being, tall wood,
Yeah.
like just. I kind of wish that this place was more thriving, but also I like it the way it is. A weird mix of feelings.
Yeah, same.
Okay. Okay.
It's like those buildings. It's like basically across the street from Restaurant Depot.
Okay.
I've had a studio in the Bottoms and lived there from time to time too for like the last, I don't know, 15, 16 years or longer.
That's not the same spot that we've been talking about for the
Not
workshops.
not the same
You
spot.
said Crossroads. For
Uh,
that?
no, in the West Bottoms,
Okay.
down there. So
Okay.
I had a couple studios at Crossroads as well, but it's changed a lot, but it's still the West Bottoms. Like so far, like a lot of the character has stayed, but it's
Okay.
also cool to see like Lowe's Fern and Ships. Has been growing over the past 4 or 5
I
years.
still haven't been to Lois Fern.
It's probably it's like a dance thing. It's pretty cool. I don't go there a ton. I'm more of a live music than a dance party guy. But it's a cool spot. They have it like the lights and everything. It's if you're gonna go to a club like that, like I think it's the coolest one
Nice.
in town for sure. And they're redoing a lot of the infrastructure. They've redone a lot of apartments, like buildings that used to be completely empty. Have been refurbished.
Really?
So it's like, it's weird to see, but it's cool. I have the same feeling of like, yeah, this is awesome. It's building up and becoming more of a spot, but also nostalgia of like, kind of like the way it used to be, where like all you saw was train hobos and artists and punks. Like that was it.
Yeah. Well, that's fun. So I don't know if I said that right when I said of tree. Is there a difference between branches of tree and of tree?
Yeah,
Okay, what are they?
Of Tree is a band.
Okay, your band.
Yeah,
Okay, and
Branches of Tree is just like it's my artist page.
okay,
And so there's an Of Tree Instagram, and there's a page on the website now. I just kind of combined it. Think about maybe, I don't know, combining the names. I'm not sure, but I'm just still sticking with Of Tree because all the releases have been that.
yeah. Wait, so which one did I say when we started? I say branches for the Instagram.
Yeah.
But there's an of tree also. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I should have.
It's there. It's all just music based.
Cool. And Danny McGaw who's this fella?
He's he was in Kansas City quite a few years ago, and then moved to California and toured the world. And he came back to KC a few years ago. He produced the album, recorded over at his studio. He's great.
The one that you're releasing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a amazing producer. Engineer.
He produced yours, and he's got something of his own coming out.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Okay.
he's releasing another album, and he's incredible performer, vocalist, songwriter.
Is yours out already, or will it become available when the release show happens?
Yeah, when the release show happens.
Do you have stuff out already? I mean, I saw the YouTube video on the site.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, there's 2 albums.
Okay.
And a single out
On the streaming platforms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wherever the normal places.
Yeah. Who produced those? Mix of people.
The 2018 album, it was Shadowscape Records.
Okay.
Corey and Sean, their studios over at like the old Ice House building, like Midtown area. They're amazing to work
Nice.
with. I highly recommend them
Okay.
as well. Like great guys. super professional. Albums are not really good. Um, yeah, I would recommend both.
Nice.
Like, incredible to work with, and amazing musicians as well.
And did you do any physical copies of stuff
Yeah, I'm gonna do like a limited vinyl
for the upcoming
for
one?
the upcoming one.
What about the older ones?
No, we didn't have it. We had just like CDs.
Okay.
Like, I'll probably do some CDs as well. I guess they're kind of making a little bit of a comeback. I don't know.
Right. No, I don't think it's going to be like vinyls
No.
come back.
No, I typically when I go to a show, band I like to buy the vinyl at the show. So, and that's basically my vinyl collection. Mostly is that because I don't know, you have the physical copy, you play the record.
Yep.
Brings back the memories of the show.
Yeah. So you do you have a record player at home and in the studio?
Not in the studio now
Okay.
because it broke, but at home I got a couple.
Okay, a couple.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, when you had one in the studio, did that mean you were bringing vinyl back and forth?
I just keep vinyl there.
Okay.
So-
Okay. Huh.
I've just been doing. Now I'm just doing like my phone or computer right now. But
Sure. Yeah.
I like to. It's nice to paint your records though because it keeps you moving every, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And like changing it. I don't know. It's a nice breakup.
Yeah, I bet. That's awesome. So the Instagram page that I did see, Branches of Tree, is intriguing, but the website is really remarkable. I wish I had hours to spend exploring every corner of it. It's crisp and handsome, and a sort of lens into the visual arts world that isn't necessarily available to the non-artist. And so kudos to you for whatever role you had in getting it to the way it looks today. It's
Oh, thanks.
at first I was like, oh my god, I shouldn't. This person is way too professional for me to be talking to. But then I kind of got showed myself around a little bit, and I was like, hey, this is dope.
Oh,
I like
thanks.
it. Yeah.
I appreciate it. Yeah. My day job is designing websites, and I used to develop too. So,
Okay.
yeah, I do a lot of work for agency work and freelance stuff around town for different restaurants and stuff. So
Really? Okay.
So it's, yeah, kind of lends itself to it, and a lot of it is photography. Like Todd Zimmer, amazing photographer. Like most of any live shots or studio shots are him.
Okay.
Which makes it
I know that name somehow. I don't know.
so important to get good photography.
Yeah.
And yeah, and the better like artwork shots at EG, he does a lot of artist photography. Like if you're going on artsy or you need like a high quality print, so I had him shoot a lot of the work. Makes a big difference. It's kind of easy to put something together. When the
If you have
photography is
really
good.
great, yeah.
Yeah. I do an okay job, but I'm not like them.
Sure.
A good photographer is like there's something special.
So you, I think I saw, are born and raised in the area. Is that right?
I was raised up in Savannah, Missouri,
Oh, okay.
like north of St. Joe, south of Maryville.
Okay. Interesting. You have siblings?
Yeah, 5.
5.
One of 6. Yeah,
Where are you? And are you the baby? Are you in the middle? Or?
middle
Okay. Right on.
child syndrome.
Do you have any idea how mom and dad's paths crossed initially?
They were from even smaller towns.
Really?
Like up north Missouri, and
How big is Savannah?
like 4,000 people.
Okay, so smaller than that even.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like McFall and Albany, and I think they met at like a school dance, something like
Wow.
that. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Was there when you guys were? Are you good beverage wise? You want another one?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, I got other stuff in there too, water and whatever. If you need something. So what's the range? Oldest, youngest, and the 6 of you.
We were all like 3 years apart,
Okay.
except for me and my sister were like 4. So it's like,
Okay.
Like I don't know. I don't remember the ages,
Yeah.
but it's somewhere like my oldest brother is like in his 50s, and my youngest brother is in his 30s,
Okay.
around there.
It's fascinating to me. Somebody says I have four siblings or I have five siblings or whatever, and it's like you sort of picture your token family photo of the kids, right? And that everybody's really young, and my brain at least goes to like it was like that for so many years, and everybody knows each. But then you sort of look at oldest and youngest, and oldest being gone off to college or whatever before the youngest is like a teenager, and
Yeah,
it kind of winds up being like how well do they really know each other? Honestly, like those that are kind of in the middle did log a few more years to get. It's just a wild phenomenon.
yeah, I totally agree. It's because I felt like it was almost, even though we weren't that far apart in ages, it was. I feel like I was the youngest brother of my two brothers, and then the oldest brother to my younger siblings. It was really
Yeah,
weird.
yeah. I mean, next door has three girls. The oldest is going into eighth, which is crazy because I met her when she was like 4 or 5. Um, and then they had the 5 years between girls 1 and 2, and then they had a third. And it's like she's going into kindergarten. She's going to be a kindergartner, and her sister's going to be. So they go to the same K through 8 mine went to, and are going to, but they'll have that just kindergarten and 8th grade, and they'll never be in school again together after that.
Yeah,
And there's not even really that much overlap between a kindergartner's day and an 8th grader's day, because they're eating lunch this time and they're at recess at this time and blah blah blah. And then she'll have her whole high school experience. And anyway,
yeah. It's weird. Like my youngest brother and my oldest brother had a son, and they were like, even though they're, uncle and nephew, they were more like brothers than
yeah,
uncle and nephew,
yeah,
which is it's odd, because those relationships are different. They're like, oh, actually, we're or like, and telling my son about it, I was like, actually, you guys are cousins, and here's the uncle. Like, it's strange,
yeah,
like when you
yeah.
step back and think about it, but
So when you guys are young, is there music being played in the home and in the car to listen to?
yeah,
Yeah.
they weren't. Well, yeah, there was some music. It
Well,
was kind of like normal. Like my dad liked CCR
okay.
and Neil Diamond
Sure. Yeah.
and Tina Turner. I think those were probably his
Okay.
top three artists he liked, which was nice. Like waking up on a Sunday, he put an 8-track in and blast like Neil Diamond,
Nice.
yeah, or CCR, which
Yeah.
I still love all those bands.
Sure.
Tina Turner, like,
Um, I spent way too much time in the classic rock camp and building this massive cassette collection, and I bought Chronicle CCR's, like I don't know if it's 40 greatest, however many it is, and listened to it a lot. And
mm-hmm.
now it's like I still have the same reverence and admiration for CCR that I did as a kid, but there are some opening riffs to songs where I'm like, nope. I've heard it too many
Yeah,
times, and I just, I'm like, I just, it's still a great song, but I can't.
it's like song burnout. Listen to
Yeah,
it too
yeah,
much. Like
exactly.
I did that with CCR a little bit. I'll still listen to it, but not nearly as much
Yeah.
as I did like
What about mom? Did she
growing up.
have any particular tastes, or just whatever dad was playing?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. Um, so I'm always interested in this idea of what we're hearing. CCR, Neil Diamond, Tina Turner is sort of our finite universe of music for a time until it isn't.
Right.
We're not quite yet to the list that you shared with me, but thank you for that. What I want to know is the first time you step out of sort of what you know and hear at home, is there an album that comes to mind where you go, oh, wow, there's way more out there than I had an idea of your first purchase with your own money or a borrow from a buddy, anything?
Um, that's a good question. I think there's been a lot of stages of that. Like, my first wife, my son's mother, we got married really young. I grew up super religious, so was kind of like what you did in a small town. But her parents, and she was really into music, so like Peter Frampton Comes Alive, like that was the live album
Yeah.
was like a huge album. Really into the Beatles,
Okay.
like late Beatles.
Really?
So listen to that a ton,
Nice.
and which is still kind of classic rock, and then like more like '60s like hippie stuff like that. It's a different like tone, like the acoustic singer songwriter stuff is a little bit different.
Oh yeah.
That kind of set me on more of like the acoustic path and like like Harry Chapin, like
Sure.
so.
Yeah.
There was a lot of introduction there. I mean, I was still a teenager, but
Yeah.
it kind of shifted and like the catalog grew massively just because they listened to a ton of that.
Yeah.
So that was like the first step to growing out of like kind of the standard
Yeah.
stuff that everybody loves, and I still love it. But
Yeah.
it was cool to like be like, oh, what is this? Like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I just mentioned this in a conversation the other day, but one of the most hilarious things I saw in sort of the heart of COVID was a social media post where somebody was like, "So I just finished Netflix." It's like I prior to classic rock, I'm like oldies, oldies, oldies. I knew all of them. I knew all the oldies, and then I moved in, and it's like, wow, this is massive. But I sort of got to a spot where I was like, I know all the things about, and then another door opens. You're like, oh shit, this is
Yeah, it's like
impossible
steps.
to. There's so much out there. You could never know even a sliver of all of it. It's so
Yeah,
much
it's so much, and even now it's more because you have more access.
access. Yeah.
And yeah, it's exact same experience. Like I went through an oldies phase too, like in middle school for some reason. I don't know.
Cool.
Just liked it,
Yeah.
and then like I was an emo kid as well.
Okay.
Like I honestly it's kind of embarrassing, but I was a big Dashboard Confessional fan.
Okay.
I'll still go. They came to town. I just saw them when they were here a few weeks ago.
Hell yeah.
And then, but I also like Taking Back Sunday, like that emo phase. And then that's a whole other genre of stuff. And so that opened up all these other things.
Yeah.
And then I think another step is like when Ray LaMontagne released like his big album and Jose Gonzalez, like more.
I don't know Jose, but Ray, I know for sure. In fact, I'm realizing it just now. I've always sort of lumped him in with Gregory Alan Isakov, accurate or otherwise. I think they came into my frequency around the same time and felt similar-ish.
Yeah, it's kind of the same feeling, kind of evokes the same
Yeah.
nostalgia somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Like even though you didn't experience what they were talking
No,
about, like
but it
you
feels
feel
familiar. Yeah.
nostalgic about your own life or whatever it is. Yeah, I totally get that.
I remember I used to have a desktop over on that little desk, and my sort of overarching ambition was to, which this part never happened, but be in bed by 8:30 so that I could wake up at 3:30 and be at the computer at 4 and write for 2 hours before the house woke up and life started. And when I was doing that, I did it for a while. When I was doing that Spotify, I was like, what? Like I met somebody that was like, they had a retail shop and they were playing, they had this like fake gramophone thing. It looks like an old record player speaker, but you just Bluetooth your phone and what, anyway, he's like, yeah, I'm playing Spotify. And I was like, I have that, but I don't understand it at all. And in one of my phases of sort of piddling around with Spotify and telling it things that I liked and so on and so forth, I started to get some Ray LaMontagne, and I was like, literally dark and before the world wakes up, and I get in a kind of a sequence of tracks of his and going like,
It's like perfect time.
yeah, and going,
Yeah.
dude, like I am the only person in the world that knows about this. And then I saw somebody like a married couple friend like posting a picture of seeing him at Starlight, and I was like, oh, folks know who he is.
Yeah.
And he's selling out fucking amphitheaters.
Yeah, it just, one of those artists where don't remember the article, but like when he kind of blew up, I saw him like right before, he was blowing up, like
Okay.
at a music festival. He was like playing a small stage, and then, that year, it was like, yeah, the article was like the most unexpected hit of the year. Like this guy
Yeah.
playing these kind of sad songs on acoustic guitar. It's like,
Yeah.
bam! It was like, this doesn't make any sense, but I think it was honest music, and
For
I
sure.
think any art, like, always, what makes good art is, to me, is if it's honest.
Yeah.
That's like the only parameter.
Yeah. First or early concert memory for you?
What was the first? Oh, Eddie Rabbit.
Really?
My dad also loved Eddie Rabbit.
I mean,
I love Eddie Rabbit too.
is he Step by Step?
Rainy Nights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that
okay.
was like I think that was his biggest hit.
Yeah.
He has another one that's bigger, but
So you went to that with Dad?
yeah.
Okay.
He played. I don't know. My mom would sew, and they would do like craft shows and stuff. And then there was this show, and then he played a concert at the end of like the fair.
Oh, fun.
And so I was like, oh, it's pretty dope.
Nice.
I'm sure I saw other stuff before that, but it's the earliest one I can remember.
Yeah. So usually I can say, tell me about your trajectory as fill in the blank. And it's usually singular. But you have an artist, a visual artist trajectory, and then the musician one, which is freaking bonkers in terms of, that human feeling. Like when you, the first workshop, I hope there's some value, and, do I have something to offer? And you have these sort of two buckets of talent. Where do they begin? The visual artist and the musician.
They coexist.
Okay.
And, like, help each other, honestly. Like,
And always have?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like,
okay.
I would consider myself a painter first and foremost. I've been doing that since I was 4.
4.
It's just like drawing or trying to make sculptures or trying to paint whatever. Like, and yeah, even in elementary school, like the straight on like stoic face, trying to find it. Like, I was in like 3rd grade doing the exact same thing, and I don't know why. Honestly, I still don't know why.
Maybe it's a question that doesn't need to be answered.
Yeah, maybe not. Like, and so, but then I just, like every other dude, started playing guitar in high school,
Okay.
and just.
Do you start electric, acoustic?
I started electric.
Okay.
Wasn't very good at it, and also like what I wanted to write wasn't that. Like, I went through a blues phase too. And I thought I wanted to write. I was like, I don't really. I love it, but it's not me. Like, I don't feel that. Like, I feel like I'd be like cosplaying or something, like, or playing like rock and roll, like.
Well, there's something to be said about like the, best blues artists like went through some shit.
Yeah.
That's the reason it's called I've Got the Blues. It's like I've been down and, dirty and drug myself to where I am. And
yeah, I love the old, like, acoustic, like Memphis Slim, like that type. Like, in my 20s, I had a job where I traveled a lot, so I would just go into like record stores and look through old cassettes. So I would just like try like different stuff of like what I like. So now you say that, yeah, like but I like that. I like the acoustic stripped down.
Yeah.
The best. And I guess when I started writing music, that's what I was doing. Like I switched to acoustic because I'm like I'm not gonna be Jimmy Page. Like
Yeah.
I wish I was.
Yeah.
But that also like I love that music, but it wasn't me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I wanted to. I'm only interested in playing something that
Honest.
is real and
Okay.
like. And so I started playing that, and then I realized even my voice, like my vocal range, I defined that. It took me like almost 2 years. I would just play and write and sing and record. And I go, that doesn't sound good. Until I found like where I could
Okay.
sing.
So how long have you been writing music?
Like 20 years
No kidding. Okay.
or more.
What is there a, for lack of a better word, formula for your songwriting? Is it lyrics come first and then there's a melody, or music first and then I add lyrics, or is it all over the place?
It's kind of all over, but honestly, I don't know. Like, if I sit down and, well, I got better at it. Like, sit down and try to write something, I can. But usually the songs that just come out, I'm just playing and then find something. And then just start singing like ghost lyrics. And
Does that mean like these aren't necessarily going to be the final?
yeah,
They're just
right.
whatever words to fill.
Just word filler.
Okay. Okay.
But a lot of times, like, the main hook or whatever it stays that way. In those moments, didn't plan on it, so it was just like emotion coming out and being expressed. So it works, but I can't necessarily just sit down and do that. It's like it happens, but you have to keep playing, like the hours before affect it. So then it happens. So it's not like it was just written
Just cut
that.
and paste.
Yeah, it's like, and then other like chord progressions I've been playing with earlier. Then it just kind of all comes together. And yeah, I guess that's my writing style.
Okay. And so all of your, I know you told me this already, but remind me, please. Of Tree is sort of the artist, and Branches of Tree is the musician piece.
Opposite.
Opposite. Branches of Tree is the artist, of Tree is the music.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I came up with the name years ago, and then like kind of like the artist tag or whatever, because they do relate so closely together. So again, I've been thinking about just like merging it. Maybe I don't know, but yeah. So if I'm stuck painting, I can go write music, and it frees me up to paint.
Yeah.
And if I'm stuck from trying to write something or work on something, I can go paint, and it like gets me more into a meditative zone to help me do that.
So is Branches of Tree is the musical outfit, is it just you? Are there other folks in the mix?
Well, it was she's not my ex-wife, Laurel Morgan. She helped write and wrote a lot of songs on the 2018 album.
Okay.
And the previous album. But now it's basically just me, and I'll pick up musicians I played with for years, like to play shows,
Yeah.
play on the album.
Okay.
Danny played on the album. Brandon Day played on the album. Laurel played on the album. Sasha Groshon played, and they're incredible string players, like amazing.
Nice.
And yeah, a lot of the songs, like even also like it was just I would write one, and then used to collaborate writing with her. She's a classically trained musician and can sit down and like fix stuff easily.
Right.
She's just a naturally gifted savant, which was like, oh man.
Okay, so this, in like January of 21, was like, I'm going to do this thing. And it was a year later before I recorded episode 1. And probably a year after that, when I maybe not quite a year after that, when I'm like really hitting the outreach, I feel like I came across an outfit that had a name like of Tree, but it was a guy and a gal.
Yeah.
And I thought I think I DM'd somewhere, Facebook, Instagram, I don't know, and never heard back. And I was like, whatever, it happens. And so when Julie from episode 205 mentioned, and whenever I got to poking around, I was like, this feels so familiar, but it can't be because I remember it being
Yeah.
interesting.
It was, and I mean, it's been doing Up Tree for, I don't know, 15 years, like a long time.
Okay.
And there's been
Different
8
iterations.
people in the band.
Oh, wow.
2 people, one, everything. Like, of course, some songs you can't play solo or as a duo, but there's a lot of options.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we went like bass, 2 sets of drum, electric guitars, like multiple strings at some point, and then other points not. It's just, however, which is nice because you can play shows, and if someone's available, great. If not, no worries. Like, you become an adult with family and jobs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's unreasonable to expect people to be available all the time.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way.
So do you have an idea what this what September 11th, 8 o'clock, West Bottoms release show, what will that outfit look like? Is it just going to be you for your portion of the gig, or will there be folks with you?
Danny's going to play
Right.
with me.
Oh, it's not like your thing and then his thing.
Well, it is, but like, he played on the album, and he's incredible. And
cool.
Like, I've been, I don't know how, but like, really fortunate to be able to play with amazing musicians.
Nice.
Like, I think it's a good place when you're the worst person in your band. It's like, all I have to worry about is me, because they're going to be awesome. Yeah. And I'm like, I just have to not screw it up.
Yeah. Nice.
And Matt played the drums on the album, and he plays in Danny's band, so he's gonna. Well, I need to verify if he can play. I'm hoping he'll play. He said he would previously, and then bass and some keys.
Okay.
Just kind of have like people coming in. And
nice.
Maybe a mandolin.
Very cool.
So it'll be, and I'll do like some stripped down to acoustic guitars and then full band.
Okay.
Like for different songs. So it'll be
all over the place.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Kind of a full experience. Doing some like projections, like making it more of like something we used to do, like integrate in projections with the songs, and it's more of like an experience.
Saturday night I went to the record bar for my first time because there was this cover band playing that I had went to see almost a year and a half ago, and got there, and there was like one employee and one customer, and I was like, what and she's like, oh, you didn't, they can't, they're sick, so they canceled. And I was like, oh, but she gave me this show poster, and I was like, that's cool. And so I went, and I don't know, there was probably 120 people in there, and there was a dude, like, here's the stage, and there was a dude over here, kind of somewhat elevated, and he had like 2 overhead projectors, just projecting like psychedelic whatever patterns, and it was so fucking bright because it was the dark room, and there's lights from the bar and whatever, and then just over here just and it was on the band, and he had all these he had a kit with a bunch of stuff, and there was a lot of droppers, and he would like drop this colored liquid onto the thing, and then he would like sometimes take a straw and blow, so it would kind of do this, and then he would take it all away and start from scratch. But every time he went and did something, like, you could see the shadow of his arm. Like, it was better than looking at a blank, boring old white wall, I suppose. But I was like, I can sort of get behind and overlook the shadows on the projection, but your island over here is so freaking bright, and I can tell that the light is like hitting the, not so much the drummer and the keyboarder, but the two or three dudes standing upright playing. It's just like,
Yeah.
and I was like, whatever. That's cool, man.
It's, yeah, when you have to have a projection like in your eyes, it can be distracting.
Yeah.
For sure.
Um, and a great list that you shared with me. I appreciate it. I'd like to, if you're okay with it, just run through them in release order.
Yeah.
So if we do that, we're starting in 2005 with A River Ain't Too Much to Love by Smog. 14 of 14, 50 minutes, 10 tracks, 11 other releases as Bill Callahan, Americana, indie folk out of Silver Spring, Maryland. This is a podcast first for both the artist and the album. It's a tough challenge to receive everybody's list. And consume the albums with fairness and objectivity. Some things I already know, some I love, some aren't for me, some I'll likely never revisit. Seldom, however 220 of these in, do I feel overwhelmed and struggle to contain my eagerness to get to know a record better than the one listen that I'm giving everything on people's lists. This record blew me away.
It's incredible.
I had a couple of woes and wows and because I'm not distraction free. I'm trying to take interview notes down and maybe I'm looking at your site or your Instagram, whatever. But there were times where I was just like, stop. I mean, I'm like, how much time has passed that I've been doing nothing but sitting here listening, which is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't really distill what it was. So I guess the easy answer is everything. I loved there's rawness, great voice, great musicianship, no cares in the world sort of about the delivery and the structure. And I'm going to do this thing where I'm repeating a line or repeating a phrase and I'm going to do it and then it's gone. I'm not doing that anymore. And so I'm like, who is this? I mean, and the title of the record immediately appealing because it's so cool.
Yeah.
And so tell me about Smog versus Bill Callahan, your discovery of this album, whether there's an unspoken correlation to that essence of soul, these unguarded moments, the unmasked emotion. I mean, I was overwhelmed. Not everybody gives me 5 records. Most people do.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever the average is, listen to a lot of records, and that experience has not happened.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, Smog and Bill Callahan, it's the same person. He just used to go under Smog.
Such a fascinating word choice.
I know. He's one of those songwriters where I'm kind of a believer in if something looks good on paper, like poetry, something's well written, it's probably not going to work well in a song. And if you break down a lot of song lyrics and you write them down,
you can't make a poem out of them.
It's not great, but in the song it's great. His lyrics are great, written down or sung. It's one of the few people where I found that to be true. And I got turned on to him years ago. My studio mate, Archie Gilbert, he's an amazing artist. He does a frame shop down in Hall Gallery down West Bottoms, and you've probably seen his art. He did the Boulevard Beloved sign and the Greenwood Social Hall, that sign where it says Greenwood, that's his stuff.
Okay.
And to use words in art is incredible to me.
Yeah.
I tried it. I'm like, this is stupid. But everything he does is incredible. So it makes sense that he listened to a lot of Bill Callahan. And I just heard it. I was like, oh, man, that's awesome. And then went back through to Smog. And I listened to it all the time in the studio. It's perfect.
Wait, you've listened to all of his Bill Callahan stuff and all of his Smog stuff?
Oh yeah, yeah, like hundreds of times.
I mean, that's 20, just 2 dozen plus records.
Yeah, it's well in the studio.
Fair.
I'm just it's hours and hours. So I don't So I don't try to. I try not to think about how many hours I spend in the studio.
Yeah.
But it's the perfect. It's his aesthetic is perfect for the studio,
Okay.
and musically, it's like my voice is similar to his,
Oh, okay.
and the way he plays is similar. Like he's not a shredder. He's like
Yeah.
he writes songs, does what he needs to do, and gets good people to play with him.
Okay.
But the way he plays is how he should play for the song. Like it's perfect.
Yeah.
And so it kind of gave me permission to be less self-conscious about being a singer and like a player.
Yeah.
Like having, because like my voice can only do certain things, and I can only, there's some like limitations there, but everything I can do is what I want to do. This
Cool.
is what I would do anyways, even if I was a savant, which I'm not. But I don't know, it was like, and yeah, it like gave me permission almost.
I love it. So you know all of these, the Smog and the Bill Callahan records well. What is it about this one? Did you hear it first? Like, why does it get the nod above the rest?
I didn't hear it first.
Okay.
This I really liked the Rock Bottom Riser song. It just relates to like, I don't know, something about it seems personal. And so I just kind of put this album plays the most in the studio, and so I just kind of love all the songs on it now. But it kind of started with that song specifically.
Okay.
Well, like you're saying about Spotify, like when I was listening to it, it would play through all the songs from random albums, and I'm like, this is a great collection together as an album.
Yeah. Well, I ran the gamut of like, giving pause as a jumping off point. Like, wait, what's happening right now? Like, that moment where I hate to say going through the motions, but I am in some ways going through the motions of listening to these records and finding out a little bit about you and taking notes and so on and so forth. And all of a sudden you're like, stop. And then it happens again and again. And then, I look and I see how long this dude's been around and how much shit he's produced. And I'm like, all of a sudden in victim mode. Like, why am I just now? 2026 is almost over.
How did this happen?
Yeah, it's not fair. Sort of shaking the fist
not
in
fair.
the air. Yeah. But at the same time, like, wildly grateful that my path did cross with his. Because now I have a whole new thing to, like, dive in. I don't know how deep I'll go, but this is... I can't wait. I thought about this, taking these now. I can't wait to have a little bit of windshield time and put it on.
Oh, yeah.
In that very unique, focused on the road and safety, but sort of distraction free to let it come in.
Yeah.
In a way that, with our flipping phones and everything else, I won't get on
listening
that.
While driving. Yeah, it's like it's
outside-ish of the city, because I get...
Mm-hmm.
I can easily be in a space where I'm upset, frustrated because of what other folks are doing around me in their vehicles, and then that spills onto what I'm listening to, and I'm like, wait, turn this off. It's not fair to that record.
Right.
It doesn't deserve, you know what I mean? Anyway, I don't want to gush any more than I already have, but I was like...
He released an album this year. He played the Record Bar last month, I think.
No kidding. Did you go see him?
Oh, yeah. It was amazing.
Nice.
It was amazing. He hadn't been in town since, I don't know. He played Lawrence last. It was quite a few years ago.
Okay.
So yeah, I was like, yeah, definitely.
Well, I tell you what. What's the final track's name?
What is it? Let Me See the Colts.
Yes.
I,
That
I
one stood out to me when I
love
first saw it, and then I kind of forgot about it. And by the time I got to it, I was like, oh, yeah, I knew I was going to have a feeling about this. And then that song ended, and I was like, good luck to the rest of the records on Ben's list, because they don't stand a fucking chance.
and I love that song, and I'm like,
You could see it. You could
yeah,
feel it.
you
It's
can
like,
feel it,
I got like
even though I don't.
dirt on my teeth and grime under my fingernails because I wherever you would be to see the Colts.
Yeah, he uses horses a lot in his songs. As like, I don't know if it's an allegory. Or it means something to him different. I don't know.
Huh.
It's weird. And flying, and
Um,
small aircraft.
do you know Dylan's catalog very well?
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah,
Somewhat.
yeah.
Do you know the track "All the Tired Horses"?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, that is just he's really not present on the canvas, if you will, in the way that he is in all of his other songs. But I love that
I
song
love that
so
song
much,
too.
and it's there's same thing over and again, a little gospel hymny kind of. Don't care.
It's a great song.
Let's hear it again. Let's hear
I'm not even a horse person, but I love
same,
the song.
same. A couple years later, 2008, self-titled "In the Pines," first of three, I think. 12 tracks. Don't know the run times because there's not a very big digital footprint for this outfit. I couldn't even find it to stream.
Yeah,
But KC based in origin, but moved to Austin. Um, tell me about the discovery of this record and its impact on you, please.
well, this is a Kansas City band back in the day.
Yeah.
And actually, Max wife was in this band
Oh,
when I
okay.
met her.
Okay.
So yeah, there's that, but also like objectively, I I love this album.
Okay.
It's like,
You own a physical copy of it, I'm assuming?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And I found it's somewhere
Is it?
available. I think it is on iTunes. It's just hard to find
It's on iTunes.
because they don't. Yeah,
But not Apple Music.
it's on Apple Music.
It is?
Yeah,
Stop.
but it's not in the algorithm. Like you have to like find it, and I don't even remember how I found it, but I did and saved it. Or maybe I got a direct link a while ago.
I mean, I looked high and low, and I came across the label site that put this out.
Mm-hmm.
They put this out, and then another one, and then they put out Bones or Interlude. It was
Mm-hmm.
this Interlude, and then a chunk off, and then Bones in 2020. But I that's how I found the track listing, was from the label's website.
Oh,
Oh, here we go, right here. Yep. How embarrassing! It's totally on Apple Music.
well, yeah. When you first search it, like it doesn't
Because I think there's another In the
pull up.
Pines also.
Yeah, and in the song, "The Pines" have been covered a million times.
Yeah.
So it's there, and they don't do anything anymore. I don't remember the last time they played. It's been a while, but
Well,
I love Brad Hoskins. He was the front man, and then like every musician in that band is amazing.
nice.
Like it's out of the it can go so low and then have these big moments, which I
Okay.
love, and it's all done like like acoustically. There's electric guitars in it too, but I don't know, it just feels really acoustic, and the energy is like real.
Nice.
And yeah, Dress on Fire is like still like top 3 songs to me.
Wow. Okay.
Like even the Fire Listed album could change whatever, but it is right now.
Yeah.
But it's always up there.
Okay.
It's something about, I don't know, the drama of it all, and like again, it just seems real, and I knew it was like
Right.
real.
Front row
Like,
seat.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
no faking anything.
Okay. Well, I'm embarrassed that I didn't come across it. I'll definitely be checking it out after our conversation. Beyond that, 2012, I think. If I got out of order for a second, then corrected. The Bunkhouse Volume 1, Black Anchor Tattoo. Is it Fionn?
Fionn.
Fionn Regan?
Yeah.
Regan? Okay. Fourth of 7, 10 tracks, 25 minutes. Irish folk musician out of Bray, County Wicklow. Never heard of this guy, but he has cited Bob Dylan and Neil Young as influence, so he's a champion in my mind. How does he hit your radar, and how does this 2012 release resonate with you?
I listened to a lot of the Staves. They're like sisters who play. It's kind of like folk music,
Like biological
pop
sisters?
music. Yeah.
Okay.
And I've seen them a bunch. And they toured with him.
Oh.
And they had some videos and posted. And I was like, oh, I really like this. You know, I just like the stripped down guitar and vocals.
Okay.
And it's just something. It's hard. It's kind of hard to explain. I don't know why. It just really resonates with me.
Nice.
And the last track, "Moving to Berlin," I don't know. I love that song because it doesn't follow like a song formula. Like
right.
it's off, but the imagery it paints, I can really relate to. It's like I'm there.
Yeah.
Like I wrote the song almost type of thing. So yeah, yeah, it's hard to describe other than that. It's just like I like that it's stripped down.
It is stripped. I mean, even track run times. I mean, it's a short record.
Yeah.
Just in, out, on to the next.
And I'm a fan of long songs, but these are very, very short.
That Smog record, you know, there's a couple of 6+, 7 minute track, and it's never was I like looking at the time. It was like perfect, and you know, he had a couple of 3.5, 4 minute songs too, and it's like that also worked.
Yeah, it all works. Like, yeah. So this is a record where I could have put the Staves on or Patrick Watson. I was a big fan of Patrick Watson as well. But I don't know. I play this a lot in the studio too.
Okay. Do you have? I mean, are we talking? Are you in the hundreds, thousands? Like, how many records do you imagine you own?
Oh, I don't. Hundreds. I don't have a huge collection, but.
Where do they live in your home? Do they have their own room? Is there a?
No, they're just in a right now they're all like this built-in shelf. They're just stacked.
Okay. So. How are they organized in some fashion?
Not really.
No, they're just in there. Yeah. How do you know where to find them?
Just look through. The ones I listen to a lot are all on one side.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
So it's just kind of organic. Sometimes I want to be organized, and in some ways I am, and in other ways I'm not.
I feel you.
At all. I should put my son on that, though. He's way more organized than me. He could probably help.
Nice. How old is he?
22.
Okay. Does he have a collection too?
Yeah, he's starting to. He's a big fan of the Gorillaz. I think he has everything of theirs.
Have you listened to their new
vinyl?
Not new anymore, but the one from this year?
Yeah, it's really good.
I hit my college roommate up en route to Florida for spring break. I don't remember what we were talking about. I probably said something about needing something. He's like, dude, the new Gorillaz is really good. And I was like, wow, I have not like listened to the Gorillaz in a minute.
It's really good.
And it was a journey.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they covered a lot of, I was like, dude, kudos.
Yeah. I love that he kind of puts parts of the songs together. It is a journey. I'm like, oh, this isn't, and I love the early stuff, but it's like so different.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
He's incredible.
Do you know Steven Wilson Jr.?
I don't think so.
No. I'm obviously prone to gushing from time to time, but he is by far my favorite current musician. He put out a record called Son of Dad a couple years ago, and he's been recently released. He's kind of blowing up right now.
Okay.
He, I think, got a big chunk of traction by doing a live gig at the print shop And in that set, he did a cover of "Stand by Me."
Oh, nice.
And his guitar is wild. It looks like the circle is filled in. I'm sure it's not. I mean, maybe I don't know. But then, like, it looks like patchwork kind of. It looks very, very unique, and the tone is like
Like a microtonal guitar or something, maybe?
perhaps I don't know enough to. I think I know what that is, but anyway, and he's got this real unique set of pipes, and he has kind of big glasses and a trucker hat and maybe a bolo. And it just looks like a dude, but he's an absolute slayer. In fact, I think he's got a new track out now, or it's about to come out. But the one he released previously was called Gary, and I sort of did this thing where I was like, I can't allow myself to consume that because I haven't really digested my love for the record. Which, by the way, default takes you to, the deluxe version, which it drives me nuts. I don't want the 20-year anniversary remat with 12 additional. I want the way that it came out.
Yeah.
I get it. I get why, here's 3 different live versions of the tune that's already, it's like.
Yeah, if you already have the regular, do this one.
Yeah. Yeah. So I didn't pay it much mind until like a week ago. No, I think I revisited it a week ago. I listened to it once initially, but the second time through, I really sort of got to see a better look at the song, and it's like the distilled version is you don't run into a lot of guys named Gary anymore. It's kind of this nostalgic look, and he's wearing like the mechanic shirt with Gary.
With Gary.
Yeah. But I mean, that I can't recommend that Son of Dad record enough. He really is as a '74 baby. He's hitting all the early '90s. Like, we were experiencing life on a very similar, graduating and discovering all the things of young adulthood and so on and so forth. Just, he's so great. I'll
check it out. Yeah.
And he, like, as somebody who plays, like, I have not seen a style like that. I mean, he can be fast, he can be simple, he can be loud. I'll stop there.
I'm always jealous of people who can play anything.
And he's not doing anything. It's not like he's up there covering Eddie Van Halen's Eruption. He's kind of staying on 2 strings for this song, and then he's somewhere else for the next song. And
I'll check it out.
Yeah. So after that, we have the aforementioned Gregory Alan Isakov, 2016's with the Colorado Symphony, 6 of 8 for him, 11 tracks, 45 minutes. South African dude living in Boulder, but listed as a guy coming out of Philly. How's this one wind up batting cleanup on your list?
I mean, I love all of his albums and seen them several times, but this one with the strings, I don't know. It's just like it's so amazing because he can drop down by himself, solo acoustic, and then you add like the strings into it. It just, I don't know, like, it's so orchestral, but it doesn't lose the feeling of like the original song.
I've been really geeking out about Project Hail Mary. Have you seen this?
Mm-hmm.
I fucking love that. And
it's a great movie.
It's so good. And the uniqueness of it and something like Interstellar, big time space movies where The score is so vibrant and, grabbing your emotions, and then you find yourself in a moment in space where it's just silent.
Mm-hmm.
There's some chunks on this where I'm like, are we still
Yeah.
okay? Oh, all right. Now we're back, and sort of this build up to a new chapter. It's like, this is fascinating.
Yeah. It is. Cinematic is probably the better word for the album, honestly.
Okay.
Like, because it is that. It takes you through. It takes you through the whole journey, and like I've listened to this album so many times, and I never get tired of it.
Nice.
It's another studio album.
Absolutely.
I play a lot.
Yeah.
And like, it's amazing. Like, I don't know. Amsterdam might be my favorite one on it. And it kind of changes.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like it's seeing him live too. Like, he has a string player with him, and they get that feeling of going down and like contemplative, and then it just here's all this emotion. Like, the dynamics of their set is like this, and I'm like, that I want to write an album like this. Like,
Yeah.
that's like, I would be really happy if someday I could get close to that.
Sure. That's cool. Last but not least, 2020's Sundowner. Kevin Morby, 10 tracks, 46 minutes, 6th of 8 for him. Indie rock, folk rock out of Lubbock, Texas. Sort of the opposite of In the Pines, going KC to Texas. I think we went 5 for 5 on podcast firsts for both artist and album, which is only a thing that I say for the nerd in me, because it's like, how are we 200 plus in and I'm still getting... That's how much there is out there. I'm still getting firsts.
Yeah.
Like Abbey Road has made some lists, and in the very beginning I was like, is everybody gonna have a Wilco record on their list? Like, fucking, what are we doing? But it's phenomenal. Like, I mean, and a 5 for 5 is wild. Like, usually 4 for 5 is as high as it goes. But this guy's been popping up a bunch on my feeds. I saw him most recent, and it kind of like, why do I keep seeing that name? But I saw him most recently on Star Trek. Have you seen this?
Mm-mm.
It's like a goofy dude that does street interviews. You would think that they're organic, but there's no way. It's just not possible, because he's interviewing stars.
Yeah.
And he's
randomly walking.
yeah, and he puts headphones on him, and then he plays tracks from his phone, and they're every time it's probably 5 tracks. It's tracks that they love, that were like big, inspiration. And so he was on it. I was like, there's that fucking Kevin Morby dude again. Like, what? And they're not long little clips. I'm sure they're probably clipped from a bigger thing that exists elsewhere, but I just see it as like little 2-minute TikToks. And he was on one, and I was like, and I think the dude said something about Kansas City, and I was like, what? So I looked him up. I was like, oh wow, yeah. And then here he is again. So what do we got here?
I don't know. He lived in Kansas City.
Or
his family's here, I think, or something. I don't know.
He apparently dropped out of Blue Valley Northwest.
Oh.
And got his GED at 17, and went to New York, and then lived in LA, and maybe he's back here now. And it's another name, Waxahachie.
Yeah.
Gal, and that is his
partner.
partner.
Baby.
They did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which she's amazing.
I haven't.
I liked
listened.
her separately, and then he was played Lemonade Park, and they played.
Oh, funny.
Like sets together.
Wow. So, when did you discover him, and what is unique about Sundowner?
I randomly came across him years ago on Tiny Desk.
Oh.
I kind of got into like YouTube Tiny Desk algorithm working,
Yeah.
and he came on, and I was like, oh man, that is really good. So I started listening to him quite a few years ago, and then when he released this album, like I was driving a lot. My son was younger, and I had to go up to Savannah to pick him up or drop him off. So I had a lot of drive time,
Perfect.
and so that's yeah, kind of like being on the road and listening to an album was like my first listen to it, which probably affected some because you know the feeling of his songs is the Midwest driving through a storm. Storm was actually happening too, which was kind of cool. Uh, and so I'm sure that made me like it more.
Yeah.
But I love his stuff anyways. And I don't like the lyrics in the songs. It was like I feel like he wrote this album for me,
That's always wild.
like because I just related to it so much. And what was weird, like, well, Laurel, like, wife at the time, she was like, I feel like he wrote that album about you. It was like I hadn't said anything. I was like, it's weird, and I know, obviously not. It's just like I related to the lyrics in the songs so much,
Yeah.
like, and he's talking about something different, but somehow the words like
It applies.
applied to me
Yeah.
in my way, even though it isn't about that. But certain phrases were like, oh man,
Yeah. That's crazy. I kind of did like, 2019. I think it was 2019 through 2023, 2024. I sort of had like three different chunks of time where I was involved with this gal in St. Louis. And we would, sometimes we would do, I took the kids there a couple times, and she came here with her daughter a bunch, but a lot of times we would just do like a Saturday night in Columbia, and it's just it's like a big long like Florida. Like I'm not going to listen to records from Kansas City to Florida and back because at some point you got to mix it up. Listen to a podcast, have a conversation,
exactly.
roll the window, whatever. It's just at some point it's like that. The way that I imagine producing looks like the vision and the things, but at some point you have to go away and put it away, otherwise you lose it.
Yeah.
Right. Like so, but 2 hours straight shot. Yeah, there's a lot of semis and traffic's crazy and whatever, but it's like perfect to listen to a couple records or a record and a podcast, and I'm here. My blood isn't even sore yet.
Yeah.
And it's like I've got all these new relationships with the subject matter of these songs, and even perhaps equally cool is like if you have a record that you pretty well, but like there's 3 or 4 tracks that have always been your all-stars, and then all of a sudden these other tracks start like surfacing and challenge, like, dude, I slept on 7, 8, and 9. Those were bangers and I've been skipping them.
Yeah, totally. That, and there's something about that drive to Columbia. Like I have a gallery in Columbia, I have to go there here and there, and it's like seems like the sun's always shining in the afternoon, and I do the same thing. I'm listening to these 2 albums driving there, and it just kind of flies by.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
Something weird about like that stretch of I-70. It's like it's perfect for that.
And I've done it a million times. I don't want to sound like a little bitch here, but if you tack on the other half to St. Louis, then it's like,
oh yeah,
let's wrap this up. God, I've been on this highway for a week, I feel like.
You get to that point. It's same with Denver. Like the GPS said 8 hours, or St. Louis 5 hours. No, it's not. It's like 29 hours.
Yeah.
It feels like that. Like, why is this taking so long?
I like, especially from right here, I love hitting I don't do this commute anymore, but I get off at the QT in Oak Grove and get a soda or whatever, put gas in my car, use the bathroom, and then it's like Columbia, and then it's the same coming back. It's like I hit that Oak Grove, and I'm like, dude, that was cake. That was so
Yeah.
easy. I maybe could have slept for a few minutes while I was doing it.
Right.
But man, great list. That was my Kevin Morby introduction, and I've only scratched the surface. But those were all, with the exception of In the Pines, because I didn't come across it. But super fun listens, and I appreciate you putting the list together for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've got a series of goofy questions to fire your way, and then we'll get you out of here.
Sure.
So the first is you're given the ability to have a cup of coffee with any one of your choosing, dead or alive. Who's it going to be and why?
Man, that's a good question. I guess just randomly, Gerhard Richter. He's a German painter who's really successful and amazing.
Okay.
His documentary about him, I've watched, I don't know, 20 times. Just fascinating.
Okay.
And maybe I could just glean or get some energy to.
Sure. Get a little on you. Now,
I guess maybe.
Looking at your stuff again, it was a brief. But have you done stuff overseas? Have you had stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I got a couple things in France.
I thought that's what I saw.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. The other thing I meant to ask you, again, this outsider looking in, the tiniest lens. I don't typically get to a lot of things like First Fridays or gallery. This unless I know the person and they're like, come to my, and I'll go. Almost always I'll go. Just I want to support the person that I actually know.
Yeah.
So what I get, literally, is Plaza Art Fair and Brookside Art Fair, and I don't. It's the same experience every year. I enjoy walking around and seeing the stuff, but I always look at the price tags. I'm like, who is this? Who is this for? Like who has, as guy that is perpetually struggling to stay on top of the mortgage and the utilities, like who has like a couple grand just laying around to be like here? But I've talked to, Morgan Agason comes to mind. She works for some Casey art. I'm embarrassed that I can't think of it right now, but a lot of First Friday stuff. She was commissioned to do all new work at Worlds of Fun.
Oh, nice.
And talked about, and other people have talked about selling a piece. And the folks that have talked about it have spoken of it very positively. Whereas from my end, it's like, I don't, in the 4 seconds that I'm in and out of both of those things, I don't see a whole lot of transactions happening. I know they are, but I mean, how has, over the years selling pieces been for you? Has it been fulfilling? Has it been frustrating? Has it always shifted? I mean, you mentioned when you got here, you got some commission stuff happening right now. Is that common?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You never know. Like, sales, the market goes up and down. It's a bit down right now, but, there's plenty of people that do have 2,000, 10,000 to spend on art, and they don't think about it. Like,
So you don't.
it's not necessarily me right now, but
Right. I mean, I'm not trying to sound dramatic here, but I mean, have you ever been in a spot where you're just like, God,
oh yeah,
wish I could sell a.
yes,
Oh, really?
oh for sure.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
it's weird though too. Like, you just never know when it's going to happen. Like, a lot of times people think about it. They may be at a show. They don't. They contact you later. They still don't. And then a year later, they're like, okay, do you still have this? Like, it's weird. And then sometimes it's just like, oh, I want that. And And same way with commissions. It's like, oh, I'm late. I have to finish this out, and then there could be a few months where it's like, oh man, I wish I had a commission right now to do, or like a sale. Like it's so sporadic.
So I guess maybe the bigger question in all of that is like those are it seems like those are pretty big swings from one experience to the other. Like,
Oh yeah,
got to finish this. Wish I had a commission. Like, how do you stay sane?
you just have to. I don't know. It's just years of like that's just how it is. It's like
Okay.
you can't get too high and you can't get too low because it evens out. You know, like it'd be great if it was more predictable. Um, but over the long term, you can even it out and kind of know. But then some years are better than others.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's hard to know. It's a tricky thing. Like it's a difficult thing to like hard sell because
Yeah.
that's not the point
No.
at
No.
all.
Yeah.
Like, and so and honestly, when I'm like, oh, I wish I could sell something like that, it doesn't happen. I'm like, oh, fine. I just kind of let it go, and that's when stuff starts to happen. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's
For
weird.
sure.
I don't. Honestly, I don't know why
Yeah.
that is. Like, I wish I had some sort of formula that would give the reasons why things go really well, and then it's
Part
like
of the
crickets.
appeal to it, I guess, is
Yeah.
the mystery. I don't know. If we can pretend or imagine that we all have a personal and a professional bucket list, you're given all the necessary resources to go knock out number one on each of those lists. What are those number ones?
Um, personal and professionally. Well, I mean, I would love to. It's like I don't know. There's a lot of things that have to happen, but like show at bigger museums, sell work for 6, 7 figures. Like that would be great.
Is that
That would solve.
one or the other or both of them?
That's professional.
That's professional.
Like,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, because once you're in, like, I mean, you do museum shows, and I'm grateful for like the career and success I've had. Like, very grateful. But I mean, it would just be great to like, well, have Garrett Richter's money or Damien Hirst's money. Not that I want to be Damien Hirst, but like,
Right.
he's you do whatever you want at that
Yeah.
point. You
Yeah.
know, like you do whatever you want. I might do anyways, but it's yeah, that would be
Okay.
nice
Cool.
to do. And one of the things on my bucket list personally is to like coastal sail from like Maine or from New York to Miami. Been wanting to
Really?
do that for a while, yeah.
You don't have reservations about the ocean in general and the terrifying state of it?
It's yeah, well, yeah. I mean, there's definitely a respect there. Um, but coastal sailing is you can only go so far off.
How far
I
out
mean,
is coastal?
I used to know, but I mean, you're still in the ocean.
Yeah.
So, but not like if you go from California to Hawaii, which
This girl, did you see this
would like
girl
to
that
do
just
that.
did that?
Yeah,
Rode
crazy,
and broke all the records.
amazing.
There was a couple times where she like jumped in to clear barnacles off the bottom, and another day she really like could not get out of the space she was in and I was just like, are you and just tethered, no life jacket.
Yeah,
I'm like
I would not do that.
get back in the boat. Like,
I mean, like a 40-foot sail.
yeah.
That's
Now
what
the thing about her deal was that it would self-right if it capsized.
Mm.
So that's helpful, but that doesn't change like
You're alone.
the size of waves
Yeah,
and weather.
you
Anyway,
never know.
do you sail?
Not right now. I started to like do sailing classes, and like my plan was to because you can like charter a boat and have like a captain with you, or
Right.
I would go with someone who knew what they were doing.
Oh, you're not
and like
going to solo. Or
Not.
be in charge
I
of the
would
thing?
have to do it quite a bit before I would feel comfortable. Like,
Do you have a boat?
no.
Okay.
No. This is just like something I want to do it. It was something. It was a goal like years ago, and I kind of like life got in the way. But yeah, it was just like something I would like to do at some point.
Cool.
Like, I have some friends that do a ton of sailing, like, and have their captain's license and stuff. And see, I would definitely want to go with someone that had experience.
Yeah. That sounds awesome.
It sounds, yeah, it sounds great to me. And maybe I would hate it once I do it. But I've been on boats and done cruises. I went to Florida a lot. My grandparents lived there. And my cousins were there every year. But it's more like, you go out in the Gulf and like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I see people post reels and they're like, the caption is like 80 miles off shore deep sea fishing. I'm like, what are you doing? That is crazy. Just all the things are gonna go right. Nothing's gonna, like, what do you think's gonna happen? You think somebody's coming for you? I mean, maybe that's what the Coast Guard is supposed to do. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, you have like, I don't know what they call it, a beacon or something. Like if you're in distress, and they'll come to your location. But a lot of things can happen before you get there.
Yeah. The first thing that needs to happen is somebody needs to shoot me in the face. 'Cause I'm gonna go crazy, like waiting. Anyway, this one is not interested in changing who you are, who you became. It's not a regret kind of thing, but you're given the ability to visit your past self at any age of your choosing. What age are you choosing, and what are you saying?
Yeah, it's tough because like a regret I had for a long time was like not going to art school right after high school, like because it wasn't like super religious and it wasn't something you could do.
You don't do that.
And I didn't. And for years I would have, but I guess that's life. Like if I would have changed that, probably wouldn't have worked out. And I got so much good for making that mistake.
Yeah.
In quotations.
That's where you
like
learn.
It's not looking back like it wasn't a mistake. Like that's what I had to do.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would probably at that same age write like ideas or philosophies down and like hand them like a PDF printout or something. I don't know.
Coming out of high school?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, here's the things to avoid like in your trajectory of life.
Interesting.
And mindsets and yeah, I'd really have to like think about that and write seveal drafts, like
this guy Adam Doyle, whose episode is coming out this week, he plays guitar in Shotgun Wedding Singer, local band. He didn't start playing until 23, and he sort of kicked around this idea of had I started at 14. It's like, but if you had started at 14, like the shape that your ego and all the other elements become by age 23, like you're a different dude, like you know, and like it looks like the dude that you are right now and the gigs that you play with your bandmates, it looks like everybody's pretty stoked. So it's like this weird wrestling, you it's fine the way it is. Yeah, well, pick up the guitar at 14, okay, but it's also fine that you picked it up at 23. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe or Sports Almanac.
Yeah, like Back to the Future.
Yeah. That might be the best idea.
Right. Yeah. You're aware that at one point there was a television program called Fear Factor, where you win the challenge by tolerating the gross. Well, this is not that. This is just straight up got to get from point A to point B, regular real life. But in the middle is your biggest source of fear, anxiety, creeps, whatever it is. What is it?
Snake. I
Really?
hate snakes.
Where does that come from?
Uh, Growing up, we had a lot of snakes in the yard, and like one of my earliest memories, my dad, he lifted up this 50-gallon barrel drum, and there's all these snakes there, and I was standing right beside him, and he had like this straight hoe, and just cut off all their heads and blows. I was like, oh my god! And then mowing, there would always be snakes there.
What is the name of the town again?
Savannah, Missouri. Like,
and when you would be mowing, would it be like a startle when you would come across one?
yeah, or you'd hit it and it'd go all over your legs and stuff. It was like, oh my god, I don't know. But also like it's like a phobia. Like it doesn't make sense. Like snakes aren't out to murder you. Like they go off. But
certain parts of the world they might be.
yeah, that's
big,
like
giant ones.
the majority of my nightmares in my life have had a snake involved for some reason. Wow. I don't know what that means, but like I think those are the reasons why, but also the fear is irrational, but still. If there's a huge snake in the middle of the road, I'm going around.
Yeah. Last but not least, please complete this for me. The world would immediately become a better place in which to live if only...
If people could understand the different sides of the story and be open to that and look for a solution, more of a solution-based mentality and understanding.
I like that.
As opposed to like, here's a line and then it's aggression, you know?
Yeah, sadly, yeah.
I would say communication, but I thought growing up in the internet and social media and all that stuff, I was like, oh, this is going to be great. People can talk. Like, we'll have more understanding. Didn't really work that way.
One of my favorite memes that I see and have used a time or two in the comments section of TikTok is there are two sides to every story and you're a cunt in both. So awful, but so awesome.
Sometimes, yeah.
Oh, man. So the one I did see, Branches of Tree on Instagram, and then there's also an Of Tree on Instagram. Okay. And then benjaminparks.info is the site. September 11th at 8, you have the dual release show with Danny McGaw. Am I saying it right?
Yep.
And the location will be shared on Instagram or
at
at some point.
Instagram, like it's down West Bottoms area over by Lois Fern. You can see it from there, just one of those buildings.
Right on.
So,
right on.
But yeah, Danny's amazing. Seeing him live is like a spiritual experience.
Cool.
Not even exaggerated. Like, it's awesome. Oh, and for Limited Vinyl, I'm doing hand painted covers.
Really?
For the vinyl, like original pieces.
All different?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Doing 16 paintings, like 2 for each song. There's 8 songs total. Okay.
Your release has eight songs.
Yeah.
What's the runtime? Do you know? Ish.
40 something, 44, something like whatever would fit on each side of the vinyl.
So 2 fewer tracks than Fionn Regan, but twice the runtime of the record.
Yeah, there's some longer.
Cool.
Some of them are short, but there's a long one here and there.
Any other plugs?
If you're interested in painting, come to the workshop.
Yeah. I mean, remind me, is it still open for, it's
open. It's people signed up. There's a few spots left. It's filling up, but just BidgeonParks.info. There's a link right there.
And there's also a place for commission inquiries on the website.
Yep.
And then your contact info is at the bottom. So, folks,
Yeah.
you just got your digits out there
Yeah.
for the bots to consume. Do you get a bunch of junk?
Not really.
Okay.
If I do, I'll just block it. Like I
right.
don't get a ton.
Right. Is there anything that you had hoped that we would cover that we did not?
No, it's not really. Yeah.
Cool. Right on, man.
It was fun.
Well, I appreciate the time. Excuse me. And it was really nice to meet you and hope to talk to you soon.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.